sorry that my normal live stream isn't working. I'm streaming this away instead of this away, but I hope you don't mind. Unfortunately, the camera would not connect for some reason to my live stream link, so here I am. At any rate, I am talking today about George Floyd. Remember him? Back in 2020, he actually, unfortunately, ended up losing his life as the world watched with a police officer's knee on his neck. And it was a global wake up call for many of us. Many of us. I think I was probably a part of the group that already knew what what racism was and that it still exists today. But for many people, believe it or not, that was something that everyone didn't know. I had friends call me and say, "Oh my God, I didn't know." And hey, Bonnie, glad you found me. Hey, could you tweet out and let them know that I'm over here? That would be awesome. All right. I have great friends. So anyway, it was like racism is like a cancer, and it has been a part of our country for so long. It's almost like the veterans who are living with the prostate cancer from Agent Orange. It seems to be for some slower growing, and you quote unquote learn to live with it and monitor. And behind that, racism's been this slow burning wound that we monitor, we treat a little, monitor, we treat a little. Well, after George Floyd died, we got aggressive, and everybody wanted to learn. And oh my God, I can't believe this. Let's talk about history. Let's find out more about this. And then, as with many things, the it was no longer in the headlines. So, what did we do? We kind of put it on the back burner. And let's be honest, there's a global pandemic going on. Education has shifted in ways in which it'll never go back to something called normal. So, we've got big fish to fry. But for those of us, those mamas like me who have sons who look a little more like George Floyd than uh, Joe Biden, you worry. And so I am asking that while you are frying those big fish, that you remember that racism is very much like a cancer. You may be able to live with it, but if gone unchecked, unmonitored, untreated, it will destroy. And even though there are voices that say we should not talk about racism, it divides us, the truth of the matter is, not talking about it is going to divide us and destroy us. So be honest when you can and do your best to keep learning and keep telling truth. All right, for the what do you call them? Five small bites this week. All right, gosh, this is so weird. I'm on my phone, but well, I'm glad it works. All right, if you have 20 to 30 minutes, please read this article from Cheyenne Gal, Andy Kearts, Michelle Mark, and Rubong Sue. Please forgive me if I have mispronounced any of your names, as well as Marguerite Ward. They curate 26 charts that explain some of the current issues and consequences that stem from racism. If you've got a little more time, visit the hyperlinked articles and their hyperlinks to really gain some understanding about the very real present day problems caused by anti Black sentiment. If you have 15 to 20 minutes, read the above Business Insider article and visit at least two of those hyperlinks, or take some extra time and visit the rest of those links. All right, if you have, yay, thank you. If you have 15 to 10 to 15 minutes, learn about the catch 22-ish balancing act between plenary power and self-determination in the ongoing fight for Native American rights in the U.S. in this Minority Rights Group International article on Native Americans. If you have 5 to 10 minutes, there's an excellent history.com article. Be sure to read to the end because you don't want to miss learning about Sylvia Mendez. If you know Ruby Bridges, Sylvia Mendez was a Mexican Ruby Bridges that I've only recently learned about. And her fight ensured that Mexicans were not marginalized and that they were not in a separate but equal two-room shack without proper facilities. Like Ruby Bridges, she is also alive, and you can find her on Twitter and less on Twitter, but on Facebook and LinkedIn. She's active. So go and learn some history and some current connections. Finally, if you got 0 to 5 minutes, I got you. I know time is tight. Educators are just done, and it's a rough year. I do know that. Um, this is one thing you can do without putting in too much effort. Think about one person you know who doesn't look like you or identify like you, and reflect on whether or not their life experiences are more like yours or more unlike yours. Okay? All right, that is it for the Friday Five. In Finding Your Blind Spots, Chapter 5, we talk all about cultural acceptance. Remember that the truths that we don't tell will make those students not feel accepted. They'll make those students feel like they aren't a real part of your community. So do what you can when you can. All right, this has been it for Small Bites. Like, subscribe, visit hedrick.com for the links to all of the mentioned resources, and I will see you next Friday for another version of Small Bites. Thank you. Bye bye.